How y'all doing, motherfuckers? Actually, I don't talk like that at all. Oh yeah, everybody's like, it's not all ghetto up in here. No, I'm a nerdy Negro. My name is Charles Timothy James. Charles Timothy James. That's my real name. Don't feel sorry for me. When you're a black guy with a white man's name and an Asian man's penis, you get used to it. No, but I really can't complain about my name though, because my dad's name, and this is so true, is King James. You don't get much whiter than British royalty. But the worst thing about his name being King is that he's a minister, so I grew up thinking he wrote the Bible. The best thing about it though is that if I name my son King, he'll be King James II. Which is beautiful. He'll be trying to explain to his friends, like, why's your name King James II? Well, my granddad was king, and my dad was a jackass, so. Beautiful stuff. No, but my dad being a minister is awesome. He has these like sermons where he tries to explain to everybody the ways to identify the Antichrist. I'm just like, Dad, it's not that hard. It's the Antichrist. I mean, for instance, if I'm in the club, some guy turns my wine into water, probably the Antichrist. If I'm at an all-in-one, you can eat seafood restaurant and somebody turns everything into 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, probably the Antichrist. If I see a guy trying to walk on water and he sinks, I'm not going to save him, motherfucker. That's the Antichrist. No, but I love my dad. Absolutely love him. And speaking of incest, I'm from Mississippi. Oh man, I got people looking at me like I'm illiterate and screwing my sister when I tell them that joke. That is not true at all, okay? First of all, I go to Harvard. Second of all, she's my half-sister. Oh no, but the best thing about going back to Mississippi is that every time all of my friends are trying to tell me how much I've changed, like, Charles, you don't talk to shame like us no more. Or, Charles, I heard you broke up with your sister. Or, Charles, you're starting to dress like a gay porn star. Okay. Time out, man. And first job I got working in Mississippi, my hometown, was working at a McDonald's. Worst part, shut up, okay, man? It's not funny. Oh, I'm sorry, I am funny. Anyway, the first job I got was working at a McDonald's. And the worst part of town, I mean, we even had our own games, like, McDonald's! You know, like, used to go beat up the Burger King kids, you know, like, fry-bys. The fry-bys. Oh, man, I hated working there, though. This job sucked so bad. Like, I actually got robbed. I tell people this all the time. Nobody ever believes me. I got robbed one time. A guy comes in, pulls a gun on me, and he's like, fucker, I asked for extra pickles. I'm just, you need to calm down, okay? It's not nice. The worst job I had of all time, though, is I did some volunteer work at the Mississippi School for the Deaf and the Blind. Yes, you can see where this joke is going. And one of the jobs that I had there was I had to, best way to put this, I had to keep blind kids from hooking up with each other. Blind kids, like everybody else, they like to get down sometimes. The only problem is they can't tell when people are watching them get down. So, it's sad, but it's true. Do deaf people, how can you tell if a deaf person has multiple personalities? Real simple. You know, you can tell that's Angela because Angela got them crooked fingers. And, you know, anyway. Okay, I'm sorry. I've offended some people. Look, I told that joke to some deaf mutes, and they didn't say anything about it. Oh, boy. No. So we got any pre-frosh here? Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, I'm going to give you some advice. Okay, first of all, you know, being up in Boston, being at Harvard, the first thing that you've probably heard about the weather. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Boston has, you know, 2 types of weather: summer and fuck. And just walk out one morning. That's what you say. I love being in Boston because now, you know, I'm past my 21st birthday, so, you know, I get to go to clubs, you know, go out and have fun with my friends. But there are certain things you need to learn as you're going through that process. For instance, whenever I'm at the club nowadays, I'm trying to hit on girls, you have to watch the things that you say to women. You guys, you have to be careful about what you say. For instance, I was hitting on a girl, and she thought I was asking her for a job. And see, here's the thing. When you ask a girl if she has any openings you can feel, you gotta be clear. You gotta be clear. And if you go out and you must drink, be wise, be responsible when you're drinking. I had to stop going, I had to give up shots, because I'd be in the club and all my friends were like, Charles, 2 shots. And I'm terrible with shots, for me, it's tequila. You know how sometimes you can drink and you just can't see stuff, you can't see stuff. I was one last time a couple weeks ago, I'm in the club, and I go to the bathroom, and I couldn't see the fucking urinal. I'm like, where's the fucking urinal? Where's the fucking urinal? Like, lady, what are you doing in here? Oh, man. I love it. But the best thing about being up in Boston now, though, is, at Harvard, they're always trying to get us to find out more about who we are, to discover our roots. And so I've been reading up on gang violence. And what you'd be surprised about is that psychologists believe that drive-by shootings have their origins in the game of tag. Makes perfect sense to me. In tag, you're tagging your opponent and avoiding capture by running away. And in a drive-by, you're tagging your opponent, avoiding capture by killing them, and you run away for comedic effect. Beautiful. The only problem is I don't understand exactly how you make that transition. You're a little kid, you go up to your friend, tag, you're it! I don't want to be it! Well, now you're dead! I'm Charles James, people, that's my time.